This is misc zipper. It was a CTF challenge as part of UTCTF. In this challenge, we have to bypass an MD5 sum check by embedding two different files with the same file name in a zip file, which is pretty fun. So we're given two download files, this netcat port. It says only this command is allowed, the echo hello world. Our spies have stolen some documentation. There's a new protocol, base 64 encoded string, and it'll only carry out certain commands. So the idea behind this one is you can netcat to this port. So we'll netcat it, and it gave us that base 64 encoded zip file. So if we take that, we send it over this netcat port, we get back this hello world. And so if you base 64 decode and then open the zip file, you'll find that there's this file in here called command.txt. And so basically what's happening is supposedly it's only going to execute this hello world command and nothing else when we give it a base 64 encoded zip file. If we look at the verify hash function, what this file is going to do, it's assumed that this is what's on the other end of the telnet or the netcat. It's going to take in the zip file. It's going to inspect the zip file for that command.txt file. So for us, this was that echo hello world. And then it will read that specific file, calculate the MD5 of it, and if the MD5 equals this, it'll extract all of them and execute it. And so we can see the MD5 sum of, it was command.txt, that hello world is equal to OE49, which is right here, OE49. So the file has to match that hash, and the only file that we would probably be able to find, we're not going to generate a collision, would be that echo hello world. But anyways, it's going to extract all and then execute that file and then delete. So at first glance, this seems pretty impossible. There's no way we're going to get a hash collision, but thankfully there's two little things that kind of point us in the right direction. First off, this logic's a little bit strange. You think they would extract the file and then verify it and then execute it, but instead they like do this extraction while it's still in a zip, and at that point then they actually do the hash check and then they extract and execute. This kind of looks like it's called a TOCTOA, sorry, time to check, time to use bug. Just the logic seems a little bit strange, or just smells a little bit weird. And the other thing is, I guess if you know that zip files are allowed to have two different files with the same file name, I think at that point like the bug kind of comes together. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a zip file, and we're going to create it such that when it does this initial check, the first file it grabs is going to be the file with the correct echo hello world. But when we extract all, the second file is also going to be called command.txt, and it's going to overwrite the first command.txt with our evil command. So we kind of have that time of check, time of use. So generating the exploit was pretty easy. I am going to create a zip file with this command.txt. It just has the echo hello world, the one we want. And then I called it domain.txt. It's just the C was changed to a D, and this is going to cat out the flag. And I do this because it's kind of hard to create a zip file with two different files with the same name. But instead, we can just use a hex edit, and it's really easy to actually do. So we're going to do zip. We're going to create a file called exploit. Actually, let me remove the previous one. We're going to .zip. So we're going to zip exploit.zip, and we're going to put in commands, command.txt, and then commands, and that fake one. Cool. Then we're going to, I'm just going to open this directory. I'm going to use a tool called hexfiend. You can use any hex editor, and we're going to copy over our new exploit.zip. And so we can see in the zip file, can I make it bigger? Yeah, a little bit bigger. We can see there's the commands command, commands demand, commands command, commands demand. So we're just going to change all those D's to C's. Oops. Okay. C. Hopefully that wasn't anything. We'll close that. Then we're going to cat out our new exploit. The netcat expects it to be base 64, so we'll just base 64 real quick. Then we'll call back to that netcat, and we will send it our new exploit zip. And when we hit enter, we get out the flag. So pretty cool challenge. It helps if you know that you can put two files with the same name inside of a zip file. But yeah, fun.